Now what in the heck was that? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest unexplained sounds ever recorded. For this list, we're looking at the weirdest and most unnerving sounds and radio signals ever recorded, which are still debated today. Number 10. UVB-76. UVB-76 is perhaps better known as the buzzer owing to its distinctive sound. This is a mysterious shortwave radio station that broadcasts a repeated buzzing sound every minute of every day. Every once in a while, the buzzing sound is interrupted by a voice speaking in Russian.
Olga, Dmitry, Olga, Nikolai, Olga, Zhenya.
The radio station is officially owned by the Russian Armed Forces and is broadcast from Moscow, although its true purpose has never been confirmed by government officials. Various theories have been put forth, ranging from military communications to measuring changes in the ionosphere.
No one has ever admitted to running the station, which has spawned a number of conspiracy theories, including that it's staffed by ghosts.
The scariest possible explanation suggested to date? That it's a dead hand signal that would trigger a retaliatory nuclear response should it be interrupted. Number 9. The train. Many creepy and unexplained sounds have been captured in the Pacific Ocean. On May 19, 1997, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration captured Slow Down, which is theorized to be a large ice sheet in Antarctica moving over land. Just 2 months earlier, the Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array captured the train, so named because it sounds like train wheels grinding against tracks. Experts have stated that the train is the sound of a large iceberg dragging against the seafloor, kinda like train wheels dragging against railroad tracks, although that is just an educated guess. It can also be Cthulhu.
Dude, over here! Hey, Cthulhu! Stop!
Number 8. The wow signal. A narrowband signal picked up by a radio telescope, the wow signal was captured by Ohio State's suitably named Big Ear Telescope back on August 15, 1977. Today, it continues to be considered among the most compelling auditory evidence for extraterrestrial life.
Many people believe the wow signal was kind of like a tweet from outer space. If it was a message, isn't it about time we sent a reply?
It was discovered by astronomer Jerry R. Eman, who circled the evidence on the computer printout and wrote wow in red pen, leading to its now iconic name.
Take a look at this. This is the a copy of the actual notes that this astronomer made back then. You can see he circled the moment that the sound happened, even wrote the words, wow.
The radio signal was never found again, despite numerous attempts, and while countless theories have been put forth regarding its origin, the astronomical community has never come to an official consensus. It came from the direction of Sagittarius, so if we want to find alien life, that's where we should be looking.
If they're really intelligent, they'll figure out a way to know how to talk to us in our own language. Say, hey, we're over here, look left. Here we are. Hey, good luck with the Patriots that year, They'll be like totally in our culture and they would know how to talk to us.
Number 7. The hum. The hum is a famous phenomenon that's been reported worldwide since the 1970s. It's even appeared in various pieces of pop culture, including The X-Files, Criminal Minds, and Unsolved Mysteries.
I started noticing this thing is really affecting how I'm studying. It's really affecting my thought process and how I'm taking in information. And it got to where I couldn't tolerate it anymore, and I had to know what it was.
People who can hear the hum report a very low, very annoying humming or droning sound, usually in the range of 32 to 80 hertz.
Why does it bug you?
The constant, steady buzz or hum, it never goes away.
Despite being reported worldwide, various areas have become famous for their reports of the hum, including Taos, New Mexico, and Windsor, Ontario. Like the wow signal, various explanations have been put forth regarding its origin, but a consensus has never been reached. These include mechanical sources like factories and industrial plants, loud animals such as toadfish, and simple old tinnitus. Number 6. The Forest Grove Sound. In February 2016, a mysterious banshee-like screeching was heard in Forest Grove, Oregon. A video detailing the noise was shared to the city's Facebook page, and it was described as a giant flute, a mechanical scream, and a steam whistle.
The tone is very high, so it gets to a point where it really affects your hearing.
Regardless of the varying descriptions, no one had any idea what it actually was, including the city's public works and fire departments.
The fire department thought it possibly could be maybe something happening with the sewer system, some sort of a whistling under there.
Over 200 calls were made to the city as people attempted to explain the noise, but no one was able to come to a consensus, with everything from frogs to Bigfoot being put forward.
Nobody really has any idea what this is, and a lot of people in their ignorance of what it is just want to call police and have somebody try and do something about that noise.
The Forest Grove Fire Marshal, Dave Niemeyer, suspects that the screeching originated from an attic fan or a heat pump. But once again, this is pure speculation.
So we're just hoping that maybe somebody might be able to identify it so we can report it and have it stop happening.
Number 5. Skyquakes. Despite the fact that we've lived here for so many millennia, the Earth and its properties are still a mystery to us. Case in point, skyquakes.
Strange sounds are being heard around the world. In Sweden, this sure sounds like a trumpet. In Michigan, another trumpet-like sound.
Skyquakes are unexplained noises emanating from the sky, most often compared to cannon fire. The sound has been reported across the globe, and some reports even state that nearby buildings have been hit by the resulting shockwave. Again, there are a ton of explanations, but no clear consensus regarding their origins.
My idea is it's military. Some kind of testing, some kind of something going on.
Some of the more believable explanations include biogas erupting from nearby lakes, meteors exploding in the atmosphere, and coronal mass ejections from the sun generating massive shockwaves. Number 4. The Lincolnshire Poacher. No, this isn't the name of some Englishman traipsing through the woods and snatching all the game. It's actually an English folk song detailing the joys of poaching. It's also the name of a creepy shortwave radio station. The station once consisted of bars from the folk song, hence the name, and a pre-recorded female voice that read out various number combinations.
39715. 39715.
The radio station continuously ran from the mid-70s to June 2008, when it mysteriously ceased transmission. Direction finding revealed the location as a Royal Air Force base on the island of Cyprus. It's speculated that the station belongs to MI6 and that it was used as a secret transmission for British spies. Number 3. Havana Syndrome. When something is described as a syndrome, you know it's going to be bad. Beginning in late 2016, American and Canadian embassy staff in Cuba began experiencing the so-called Havana Syndrome. Symptoms include memory loss, headaches, and nausea.
A source says starting last December, the U.S. officials were exposed to a sonic device, which experts suggest could produce sound waves below and above human hearing, which could cause these symptoms.
Most of the symptoms began with a persistent vibrating noise, which some described as the sound of driving with the windows down.
The recording is just one of the many sounds taken in Cuba that led investigators to initially believe it was a sonic weapon.
A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association confirmed that the diplomats had suffered a brain injury.
Doctors said that diplomats' brain matter had actually changed. What started out as a mysterious nuisance became a suspected instrument of attack.
The leading hypothesis is that they were subjected to microwave radiation and that the noises were the result of the Fry effect, which are auditory hallucinations induced by pulsing radio frequencies. That being said, none of the investigations have pointed to a definitive cause.
Who or what caused it? A mystery.
The United States government is still not sure who or what is responsible for those health attacks.
Number 2, Julia. Julia has a lovely name, but don't let that distract you from the fact that it is terrifying. This is yet another noise recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Only this one was captured in 1999. Julia is an odd whining noise with a duration of about 15 seconds. What makes this so freaky is that it was loud enough to have been picked up across the entirety of the Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array System. Like the train, experts theorize that Julia is an Antarctic iceberg slamming into the ocean floor. But once again, that is simply an educated guess. We still prefer Cthulhu. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Upsweep. An upsweeping sound was recorded throughout the Pacific in 1991. The whistle. This may be the sound of a submarine volcano, but no one really knows. The ping, a so-called acoustic anomaly that frightens sea animals in northern Canada. The trumpet. Weird trumpet-like noises may be connected to skyquakes, but who knows?
Just have a listen to this. So what are you hearing? Well, we don't really know.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bloop. The bloop might be the most famous underwater noise ever recorded. It was originally caught back in 1997 by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and was roughly triangulated to the South Pacific Ocean. When the sound is sped up, it makes a very distinctive bloop sound, much like that of an air bubble. The noise was originally attributed to an animal, but the fact that it was captured on sensors nearly 3,000 miles apart led to widespread speculation. If that was the case, then the animal would be far louder than any known mammal on Earth.
There were occasionally, rarely, but occasionally there were sounds that we just could not identify.
The modern consensus is that bloop was generated from an ice quake stemming from glacial motion in the Antarctic, likely seabed gouging or ice calving. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.